Howard, are you here?
Yep. I am.
Helmick?
I am here.
Tim?
Only in spirit.
So we're all here this week.
That can't
What?
possibly be right.
Check again.
Tim?
Not here.
Helmick?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Howard?
I'm Tim.
All right. Well, you know what? We're all here, so that means only one thing. Time to end the show. No, I'm just kidding. It's the latest episode of the Chinlock, here back at full strength for digitaldailyfix.com and here live on Spreaker.com. And it's a regular show. No more no pay-per-views this week.
Yes, the show with more instances of bird flipping than Randy Orton.
Yeah,
Because it's true.
but no one will know because we're audio and not video.
All I have to
We
say,
will.
Brian, is, now that's disarming.
Yeah. Oh, Christ. All right, so this week's episode is called Paris Lenon Highlander. Can anyone tell me what the significance of that title is and how it relates to professional wrestling in any way, shape, or form?
Because there can only be one? Oh, I know. They're going to unify the WWE and World Heavyweight titles.
No. On
Oh.
both.
Then I don't know.
Anyone else want to venture a guess?
I'm lost.
Huh?
I'm lost. I
You're lost? Okay.
don't know. Does it have something to do with mountain climbing?
No.
Okay, I have no clue.
But you know what? That was a good effort. Howard, anything?
I got nothing.
Paris Lenon is a current linebacker for the Arizona Cardinals. He is also the last remaining former XFL player currently active in the NFL.
Good for him. On a side note, fuck the Eagles.
But, hey, that's a nice random fact for you. The XFL has been dead for like 11 years, but there's still one guy that made it through the shit and is alive and well in the world of the NFL.
And somewhere, Rod, he hate me smart, is crying himself to sleep.
He is.
Don't forget Tommy Maddox.
Oh, touchdown Tommy Maddox? Hell yeah. But the XFL's most important contribution to the game of football, the overhead camera.
Oh, I thought you meant wrestlers calling football.
Oh well, that'll be better than 90% of the commentators out there.
I thought
That
you were
much
gonna,
I will say.
I thought you were going to talk about like the locker room interviews at halftime.
Well, the NFL does do that, but they just do them on the sidelines.
Yeah, but no, I mean like this is like you remember that when they were actually in the locker room.
Oh yeah.
It was almost like backstage interviews in fucking WWE. Well, oddly, makes sense, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
It makes sense, but it's it was so close. It was so close to making it.
It's just one more season and it would have made it.
If they would have stopped after week 2, it would have been a resounding success.
And they had the coolest looking football ever. It was all black and red. And it was probably made out of those tires that you see in the commercials now, where they're turning into footballs and basketballs. And
Well, that's what they're using the leftover XFL footballs for now. They're now those items.
oh, they were turning the tires. Okay,
Yes.
I can see that happening. That half of them were turned into tires, and the other half were turned into basketballs for NBA baller beats.
Oh, I thought we weren't. I thought we weren't going to mention that.
Whoa, we weren't going to mention NBA baller beats. Why not? This show's
Yeah.
already completely off track as it is.
That might be a record for us.
Just how
Be
long?
off track, like, immediately.
Yes. Well, you know.
I'm surprised we got the theme music right.
Let's talk about Judge Dredd.
Yes. You know what? This is now the Dredd. This is now the Dredd 3D review, even though we didn't see it in 3D.
No, we did.
Yes, we did. It was just so real we couldn't tell. It was so great. I don't know. Is it review time?
No.
Oh.
No, but it is news time.
Jerk.
I like that. It is news.
Had to do the pause there for dramatic effect.
Well,
Like when you say Alberta on Alberta, Calgary, Alberta, Canada, whatever. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
I think you're
Yeah.
drunk.
Probably.
those Canadians.
I drank myself silly because Michael Vick was on his ass the whole day, and the announcers had to remind us that he got knocked out.
But see, I wonder how Vic felt about that because they wear those face masks, so a lot of times it's hard to see what somebody's feeling.
I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah.
What do we got? What are we starting with?
Not a whole lot, but let's see what we can do. WWE has put SmackDown on signing any TNA talents in the near future. So if you're expecting Alex Shelley, Velvet Sky, Angela Lee Love, Ric Flair, anyone of that nature who's just left TNA, don't expect it until the lawsuit's over.
Man, this means I'll never get to see my dream match of Matt Morgan versus the Great Khali.
Oh, you don't have to worry about that because Matt Morgan's actually re-signed with TNA. He's been doing live event run-ins and beating up referees.
I know.
I can't wait for that on-air return.
I can't wait till he's revealed to be the leader of Aces and Eights.
What do you think is going to be Garrett Bischoff's sidekick?
It's going to be Matt Morgan in a Luke Gallows costume.
Oh,
It's the return.
yeah. I don't know. I mean, I think they already have a big enough problem with just elevating their current talent. They really don't need to be. They shouldn't be worried about bringing in a bunch of other new people from the outside at this point. Just push the people you have.
I think the Divas could use some people. I mean, I know Angelina Love and Velvet Sky aren't the most talented of women wrestlers, but they do have some level of appeal, and they're probably still better than half that female roster.
And they hit the ropes.
They do hit the ropes. They hit the ropes.
Well, I don't think they're going to want to come sign a contract with the WWE until there's Divas tag team belts. You gotta put some real emphasis on that division. And what better way than to make tag titles?
WWE barely gets their regular tag team division over.
I know.
How the hell are we going to get a Divas tag division?
It doesn't matter. They can defend those belts on Saturday Morning Slam.
I don't think they have enough divas to have a tag division anyway.
I don't think
Neither does TNA.
What are you talking about? The great Knockouts tag team of Eric Young and ODB, who every month defend their titles. Oh wait,
No. Hang on a second.
I remember the days when wrestling used to enforce a 30-day defense rule, and if you don't defend your belt in 30 days, you have to forfeit them.
Hey, they do that when they want to.
When it's convenient. Yeah. Ugh. But, I mean, those are just kind of toy belts anyway, so let the tag champs of the Knockouts division do whatever who cares?
let Eric Young do his fishing show.
Yeah, let him do his fishing show. It's fine. He looks like he belongs in that kind of show.
Yeah.
Just don't forget the fried chicken and beer.
Exactly. Don't forget it, Mr. TV
All right.
star.
Oh. Moving on to John Cena, who had to go do surgery this week to get chips out of his elbow. Originally, it was thought to be 4 to 6 weeks. It's been bumped up to 2 to 3 weeks. So, good news. He'll be available for the pay-per-view.
Well, there was actually another report directly from John Cena that said 2 to 3 weeks is not accurate.
Well, maybe if he didn't get crumbs all over the damn bed, he wouldn't have the chips in his elbow to begin with.
Yeah, because WWE.com doesn't know how long it takes to get healed from that particular surgery. So Cena
I made
decided.
a joke about food being in his elbow.
I got it.
You did.
Thanks,
Tommy.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tommy.
You're welcome.
Anyway, whether you like him or not, I think he needs a break. So he should eat that 4 to 6 weeks as much as he can.
Well, I mean, even if I know Cena is really still like their big pay-per-view draw, but I think you could even put him in like a special guest referee situation or a tag match where he doesn't have to really do much, but he can still be out there and still be.
Yeah, and I think that's what they'll do.
Yeah, they can have him be like the special guest timekeeper for the night.
Yeah. I'm just curious to see, I guess it's still up in the air whether he's going to be pay-per-view ready or not for Hell in a Cell. But if he's not ready, I know on house shows he's being replaced by the Big Show. But there's also talk that the Big Show is going to be the next feud for Sheamus.
Hey, you know what? It'll be better than Alberto Del Rio.
I'm actually okay with that. I'm okay with Big Show and Sheamus feuding. I mean, I think it fits Sheamus's style,
And it's not Alberto Del Rio.
It's not. Yes, you know what? At this point,
They're gonna groom Big Show to be as close to Alberto Del Rio as possible.
You know what? Big Show's going to grow his hair back. He's going to spike it up, and him and Sheamus are going to be tag team champions. Called the Great Whites.
I thought it'd be the big fellas. That would be better.
And then you can mix
Hey
them.
Brian. That guy lost his right to bear arms.
I hate you. Oh God. I mean, I don't know. I guess maybe I am so tired of Alberto Del Rio that I'm like, oh, the Big Show, yay! But
I think that's where I am.
yeah, but it's something different. So, and I think Sheamus and Big Show is a better fit than Punk and Big Show.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. So
Plus, I think by getting Big Show over to SmackDown, you give that show some much-needed star power. You can get a lot of fresh feuds over there. I mean, I know it'll never happen, but I'm still keeping my fingers crossed for an eventual Cena move to SmackDown. I think that guy's really needed a move for a while, just to freshen him up, get him in front of a different audience. But no, I think Sheamus and Big Show could be fairly entertaining.
mm-hmm. It'll just
what?
be. I'm sorry, go on.
I was going to say, if they want to milk the Paul Heyman factor into any of this, they can do that, since Big Show and Heyman have a history.
Yeah.
Just put together a whole Heyman stable.
Yeah, why not?
No, I got no problem with that.
And they could be called the Heyman family, kind of like the Heenan family.
They'd probably just be called the Paul Heyman guys.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, whatever their name is, I got no problem with it. I mean, so far Heyman has been a good fit for everyone they've paired him with on TV. Now I know they've only paired him with two guys, but it's been a very good fit for Lesnar because Lesnar needs a mouthpiece, and it's been a good fit for CM Punk to help push his heel persona.
You know who also needs a
They
mouthpiece?
still cheer him though.
No, they do. I mean, it's slowly turning. It's not as universal, but yeah, it's still though it is helping. I mean,
it is.
If
and needless to say, it is pretty great.
oh yeah, I mean, the exchange on Raw between Punk, Heyman, Otunga, and Del Rio was awesome. Like I enjoyed that. That was very entertaining. So
Agreed.
I was going to say Sin Cara could use a mouthpiece because pointing doesn't help.
yeah, He's pointing at everything. Um,
What does that mean? That doesn't mean anything.
yeah, pointing doesn't mean anything. I mean, the guy has improved in the ring. I mean, every now and then there is a match that gets botched. I know there was a recent SmackDown match. They had to redo a bunch of it. But I would say since he's been back, he's been better in the ring. He's not botching every match. He's just every now and then he gets the itch. He gets the itch to do something bad.
I'm just imagining him like wrestling in a match, like, oh, can I mess? Oh no, I can't mess this up right now. I'm just gonna wait for my spot.
He's just waiting for the right opportunity to like slip off a rope or something. Whoops, whoopsie, butterfingers. And then all the people in the back, oh, Sin Cara. Wham. But yeah, I mean, going with all that though, say Cena is taken out of the main event, who do you put in his place as a last minute replacement?
On the Raw side.
On the Raw side, Hell in a Cell.
That is a very good question.
You know what? Let's throw R-Truth in there.
R-Truth?
I could probably... If you were to have like a tag team, like a 3-way or a 4-way tag team title match in a cell, I think I could buy that.
Wait, what? How did we get into a tag team title Hell in a Cell match?
Because of Rudolph.
I would say like Rey Mysterio.
You put Rey Mysterio as a last-minute replacement?
That's the safe choice, too.
It's a safe choice because those two work really well together, and you need a face.
Or Camacho.
Because what is he doing right now? He's available. It's fine. It's fine. I mean, I don't know.
Could bring back a repackaged Jack Swagger.
That's true, but you have to really make him credible pretty quick, because considering that the last time we've seen him on TV was getting killed by Ryback.
Yeah, and what? The pay-per-view is like 3 weeks?
Yeah, that would be... Not to say it's impossible, but, I mean, I've always thought Swaggers deserved better.
Yeah, and I think they're also waiting for the next time Raw is in Oklahoma. I forget when that is.
It's soon.
It is kind of soon. I know it's sometime in October. So I don't know. I mean, it's
or Zack Ryder.
Zack Ryder.
Sorry, I would not believe that.
Let's just throw out any face.
Oh, we can throw out any face now? Santino Marella.
No. Oh God, no. I mean, I don't know, man. Instead of R-Truth, I mean, maybe Kofi Kingston. He's had good matches with Punk. I mean, hell, they used to be tag team partners together. It's been.
But I would go with Howard's pick because it's the safe pick.
Mysterio.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not saying Kofi's better than Mysterio.
I know you're not, but I'm saying I think Mysterio at this point would be just period the safe pick.
Yeah, I mean, maybe, yeah, in that instance. I mean, I know he's kind of technically on a losing streak or something. I mean, he's lost 2 pay-per-view matches in a row. So.
Oh, like that means anything.
Oh, no,
CM Punk lost a year's worth of pay-per-view matches.
Yeah, I was going to say, it really doesn't. And there's nobody else that you're going to get at last minute to be a face. And I don't know, I mean, do you think he's the kind of guy that, they could also match with a heel as well? It's like a last minute thing, like.
I mean, yeah, I think Punk's still getting cheered enough to where you could, work it out however you really wanted to.
Yeah. I mean, I guess technically, Del Rio could be an option. Is Orton already gone for the movie filming?
I don't know if he's gone, but I know he's doing, I guess, SmackDowns every week. I don't know if he's doing live events or not.
Yeah, so
I heard something to that extent, at least.
Yeah, so I mean, he could maybe be an option. Ziggler, who knows? He could be an option. I mean, there's guys, but who knows? I'd be curious to see. I guess it would be a clearer picture tomorrow as to who, if they feel Cena is not going to be ready, or they don't want to push Cena to be ready for it. If they want to start pushing somebody else. Because, I mean, at the very least, you could always start to push somebody else as a contender now, and then come, like, the week of the pay-per-view, if Cena is ready, he can come back and be like, hey, last time I was on Raw, I won a tag team match where you said that would go a long way in proving my number one contendership. I'm healthy. I want to face that guy for the number one contender. And then he replaces and he's back in the match, because it would be weird to see a Hell in a Cell pay-per-view with two fresh feuds both having their first matches inside Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, and that's one of the problems I have with just like having a Hell in the Cell pay-per-view to begin with. And I've talked about this before. I think we all have.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's one thing when you can bust that match out to settle a big feud that you've been building up for months on end, but
yeah,
everything's just there's such a blurring effect now.
Yeah, because I mean, a match between Big Show and Sheamus can warrant a Hell in a Cell match, but not as their first match, if that's the route they go.
Yeah.
Who knows? I just hope it's not.
They'll probably if Cena can't go, they'll probably just put Triple H in there.
They'll call up the Undertaker.
Yeah.
Hey, what are you doing? Oh, you just had a baby? Yeah, fuck that.
Put the baby in the ring.
CM Punk versus Underbaby.
Oh, that means that Punk would be doing a job to the baby.
Underbaby is going over.
It's not WrestleMania, so I think Punk's got this.
I don't know. It's Underbaby's debut.
Yeah, but we've seen
Underbaby's going to stab John Cena in a nightclub.
Ah, yes, that's who's going to fight CM Punk at Hell in a Cell. The returning Carlito.
Carlito.
I think we better move on before this continues on any further.
All right, what else we got?
TNA trying to appease Meth Hardy by giving him not only a world title shot, but possibly giving him the belt because his contract's up soon. And there's thought that he'll leave to go to WWE because he's in the poorhouse and wants to get paid.
Good, get him out of there.
Because of all his legal stuff.
Well, Timothy, I gave my word once upon a time that if TNA were to put the strap back on him, I would then cease to watch. And I am a man of my word.
I'm a man of my word.
So, this is getting dangerously close. I still can't believe that they had him win the Bound for Glory series. Just felt so random and worthless.
You're not the only one.
Random and cheap.
Exactly.
I would
have rather had somebody like Magnus win or Robbie E.
Yeah, it was not a feel-good moment. It was where the fuck did that come from?
No, it's more of a why.
Yeah.
Exactly.
When the entire time it was like, oh yeah, James Storm, and then when he got screwed out of it because Bound for Glory has to have yet another match of James Storm versus Bobby Roode, it was like, fuck yeah, Bully Ray, especially after he cut that amazing promo, and they're like, no, fuck you. Oh, you signed a new contract? Yeah, go fuck yourself.
I don't know, I just thought of all the choices, Meth Hardy would have been the least interesting one to me, followed closely by Bob Van Tam. If TNA were to get rid of both of those guys tomorrow, I would not shed a tear.
You know what? I personally would have had no problem with his Arthur Jameson Styles.
Yeah.
Because then he'll be on a new feud.
That would have been fine, and him versus Austin Aries would have been a good match. He would have been fine. Joe would have been fine. Bully Ray would have been fine.
Robbie E would have been fine.
Like 4 of the top 5 guys would have been fine. Fuck, I'll take Kurt Angle.
Oh, that's an easy one. Come on.
Huh?
That's an easy one. Come on.
But anybody, I think, would have been a fresher, more exciting matchup.
Mm-hmm. Especially since Kurt Angle's actually been on a real hot streak of his involvement in really good matches.
Yeah, I know. So we're gonna dig into the well here. I'm gonna pull out a name that no one's heard or seen of in months.
Sonny Siaki?
Crimson versus Austin Aries.
You know what? In that case, give me Jeff Hardy.
Yeah.
All right. Eric Young versus Austin Aries.
Give me Jeff Hardy.
Give me Eric Young.
Give me Eric Young and Jeff Hardy.
Give you Eric Hardy.
Yep.
Give you Jeff Young.
Joseph Park as Joseph Park versus Austin Aries.
All right, I'll take Joseph. I'll
That'd be hilarious. I love the Joseph Park
I'll
character.
take Joseph Park. Yeah, that's fine. I'll take him over Meth Hardy. So there. But yeah, other than that, I give me Meth Hardy over. Forget the person you said before. I already forgot. Eric Young, yeah. I just meh. What? Anything else in news? Anything else?
Let's see. WWE officials had a discussion about reforming Nexus, and Wade Barrett went on Twitter and said, "I certainly wouldn't reform the core. In fact, the core is my greatest regret in almost 9 years of wrestling at every level. I'd burn the history books if I could."
The core was pretty awful.
Yeah, I mean it was Nexus,
but it only came up.
It was Nexus without the cool shirt.
That is true.
Because when Nexus was around, the merchandise sold like hotcakes, and it came up because fans at last week's SmackDown were chanting for the Nexus.
Wasn't that Canada, too?
It was Canada.
Yeah.
You're not going to hear a Nexus chant in any U.S. town afterwards. Maybe a Marktown. Maybe a Marktown.
Maybe, but I don't know. It's kind of hard to trust Canadians. They call ham bacon.
They're fucking weird at wrestling shows sometimes. I mean, there are certain shows where I love the Canadian crowd. There's other shows where I go, man, fuck you, Canada.
So. They should go back to Oregon.
I don't know. Wade Barrett just needs a singles push. I don't care if you reform the Nexus and he's the leader and the whole goal is to push him forward. I don't care. I just want him he's doing fine by himself. He's got a new finisher. He's got awesome promos. Just put him in a feud with someone significant. He'll be fine. He doesn't need the fucking Nexus. Who are you going to put into it? You going to put all the old members back in it? Like, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
What would be the point of getting back together?
Well, there is a new Nexus, but that's for another time.
All right.
No, it's for right now.
It's for SmackDown when we get there.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yes, you do. Wink, wink.
Is that your last news story?
Outside of Beth Phoenix giving her notice, yes.
I was about to say, I didn't know if you were going to bring that up or not. Yeah, apparently Beth Phoenix is going to be gone from the E rather shortly because they don't know what to do with her, and they completely dropped the fucking ball of her facing Karma, and they won't put her in the ring with Natty Neidhart. So you know what, Beth Phoenix, go. Just go.
Go fuck Edge.
We'll see you in Orlando.
I don't know. I don't know about that.
She's going to fuck Edge first.
Yeah, she was banging out Edge. So, who knows? Who knows what's going on there? I mean, it's her own thing. She might be better off there. And I mean, who would she really feud with that would be a good feud in TNA? Like, honest good feud. Like, what, Tara and ODB, and that's about it? Gail Kim, 3?
Brooke Hogan?
You know what? You're fired.
I know.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
Yeah. Which is weird, because usually I'm the one who doesn't like anything.
I don't like any of it. So that's it.
That's it for news.
I like how news deflated. All right, then. We'll take our first commercial break, and then we'll be back for Raw. 30 seconds. Then it's time for Raw. Yeah.
Wii U, Wii U, Wii U.
No, there's no Wii U PUs in the classic Raw theme. That
Yeah, but there are in Kung Pao Into the Fist.
well, this has nothing to do with Kung Pao Into the Fist.
It has everything to do with Kung Pao Into the Fist.
No, I want Kung Pao too.
Yeah, that won't happen, unfortunately.
I'll send Steve Odekirk a check. $20 should do it.
It's like, I'll send him a check for $1.
$20 and write it to Kung Pao 2.
Write it out to Kung Pao 2.
Yep. Done.
Yes.
Mr. Odekirk, please make this, because why the fuck not?
That would be so much more interesting than Raw was this week.
I didn't really have that much of an issue with Raw.
I didn't hate it. I just the 3-hour shows are really starting to take their toll on me. I know I may be alone here, and for a while I thought like, okay, I'm kind of getting used to it. This is the rhythm of the show now. But like on Mondays, because it starts at 7 Central Time, so by the time I get home, I'm coming home, taking my shoes off, and then watching Raw right away. It just seems to be.
Well, then get a job that lets you out of work earlier.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. The past couple of weeks, they've been filling the 3-hour Raws with lots of wrestling. There was a lot of wrestling on Monday night.
Yeah, there was.
All those matches were long. They put time into them. They were pretty decent for the most part. So, I mean, I can't be mad at Raw this past. I know you're not mad at Raw by any means.
Yeah. No, it's just. I just want to see, like, something really interesting happen.
Yeah, I mean, you get a couple entertaining segments, like anything involving Daniel Bryan and Kane.
Yeah, let's rephrase that. Anything that has Kane and Daniel Bryan is actually the only thing interesting.
Yeah.
In WWE right now.
WWE has found a way to get you invested in Kane, Helmick.
That's true.
I don't know if I can say they got you to like him, but they have you invested in his character.
They do. Invested is the right word.
Yeah. And I mean, it's been super entertaining with that. Damian Sandow was back to being somewhat relevant on TV. So, I mean, and now they're obviously pushing towards another match between Punk and Cena. But I don't know. Go through some of your favorites, gentlemen. What were some things you liked from Raw, or some things you didn't like? Whatever. Go on. Go for it.
JBL on commentary.
Yes.
JBL was the star of wrestling this week. Like, he really, just like, even though like some of his references and some of his like observations were factually incorrect, it didn't matter because JBL was awesome, and it really I kind of felt bad for Jim Ross because he really didn't have like much to do when he was out there because JBL was just hijacking this show and running away with it.
I just love when JBL yelled at like Ross for something.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it was, but Ross was just like, "How about you just throw me out in front of traffic then? 95 is right up the street." I was like, Jesus Christ!
I know.
I was like, damn, Ross, way to take it morbid for like a second. You know what? My time's over. Just throw me in front of traffic.
Yeah.
Though I can tell you what I can do without 80 million videos of Jerry Lawler getting off a plane.
Yeah,
But hey, it was important because his boss picked him up.
Look, hey, I am so happy he's better. The tout that he posted was actually like one of the only significant touts that I sat and watched for the 15 seconds. And, seeing the fact that he got to make it home and he's looking good and he was with friends, that's great. Show the highlight once, give the good diagnosis, say that he's going to be back soon, and then hype up the fact that you're going to interview him tomorrow. That's fine, or next week. That's totally fine. I don't need to see it like every 20 minutes or however.
But you have a short-term memory. You have to remember this.
Do you know what I could see every 20 minutes? Wade Barrett's new finisher.
Yes.
Sorry, I tried to segue.
Though I feel bad for Cassius Ohno. Because his is a spinning elbow. I mean, it's different than how Barrett does it. He actually throws the guy clean into the ropes and then just comes with a spinning bionic elbow right to the guy's jaw. So hopefully that's different enough to allow Cassius to use it whenever he gets called up to the main roster. He's currently on
He'll
NXT.
just get the overdrive.
Yeah, he probably will.
Well, you know what? They'll team them together, and they can be called Throw Them Bows.
All right.
I like it.
I can get behind it.
Elbow, no.
Let's see. Miz TV was interesting.
How do you feel about Ryback's first, real feud being The Miz?
I'm glad they're actually.
I don't
doing
count Jinder
something
Mahal.
with him. No, I don't count Jinder Mahal either. It was disappointing that the crowd was just like shitting all over the segment because it wasn't that bad, but
no. Hey, he lifted a couch over his head and launched it.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry. Go on.
I was gonna say, and the important part was the fact that he took his time to lift it instead of doing it in one motion to make it look awful.
Oh yeah, he was like, I'm preparing, I'm ready.
Yeah, I mean, at least he's smart with those big spots. He's not just trying to explode into it and completely fuck it up. Because you could tell, like, if he would have just tried to do it in one quick motion, that would have either knocked his dumb ass over or it just would have been awful. But he picked it up over his head, he launched it, and at that point, I would have been like, I'm sorry, Mr. Ryback, I'll give you whatever you want. You want 2 Subway sandwiches? That's fine. You know what? You want all of them? You want to take the whole table with you? Pick up the table, take it with you. Totally fine. You know what? I'll give you a title match for all the belts, one after the other. How would you like that? Just don't throw my couch anymore.
I had forgotten about that segment.
The Subway.
Subway.
I did like that.
I did.
Yeah, that was good. I mean, I think it'll be decent. If I remember correctly, Miz has always been the kind of guy that tries to work hard at having his matches decent. I mean, I know he's also got a reputation of being like a bit of a whiner. But if I also remember correctly, he tries to take on a work ethic similar to some of the other wrestlers where they try to work out their matches as best as possible. So hopefully him and Ryback work something out, whether it be at Hell in a Cell or on a Raw or whatever, that's entertaining.
And hopefully he doesn't get killed like Jack Swagger.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he will. I could definitely see their first match ending in like a DQ or a count out or something. I don't see them just immediately dropping the belt off Miz and on to Ryback. Unless...
I kind of do, unfortunately.
I mean, unless the goal of it is to get Miz out of the mid-card and back up to main event. So...
Maybe.
That could be the thing. They could be like, all right, we need... Because maybe they do need a heel somewhere, Maybe Miz is going to be there to... feud with Sheamus at some point or what have you. I mean, if they pull the trigger on Cena winning the belt in order to face Rock at Rumble, maybe it's to give Cena a feud with Miz. I mean, who knows? I mean, I don't know what the direction is. I see them. I'm sorry, go on.
I still am not clamoring, but I'm still hoping for a Miz face turn.
So he'll face CM Punk.
I mean, I could see that. I wouldn't be against it. I mean,
neither would I.
With Rip Van Randy out for a little while, I could definitely see that maybe happening. He could fill that. They could try to fill that void with him for a little while. Did you see where I went there with the Rip Van Randy?
I did. I like
it.
it.
Sleep.
Blandy.
Yeah. Well, it's been Blandy for a while, but I was hoping I wanted to call him something different. Instead of Blandy Borton.
Yeah,
Rip Van Randy.
He's been Blandy Borton for everything except the Night of Champions match he had with Ziggler. That was a really good match. So.
Yeah, I didn't see that, but I read it was good.
Yeah, it was really good, and I really liked the finish to it. So,
all right, should we take this time to talk about Daniel Bryan and Kane?
Sure, why not?
They hugged it out
again.
They hugged it out. They had an accidental win at the pay-per-view. They did it again on Raw, and then they started screaming, "I am the champion."
Yes. I am the tag team champions.
I am the tag team champions.
I am the tag team champions.
I'm waiting for one of them to say that I am the tag team champion. I am the world tag team champions of the world.
Oh no, that only applies in TNA.
I know,
but hey, at least the fans clamored for a hug it out.
They did, and I really do like that they're actually starting to put some. Looks like they're going to be putting a little bit more emphasis on the tag division. And you had the primetime players attacking Rey Mysterio and Sin Cara after their match. It looks like they're going to be putting together something in the tag division, like something that's going to be a little more substantial than just a tag title defense every month on pay-per-view.
Yeah, well, I mean, when we get to SmackDown, I guess we could talk about it a little bit more.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I can't wait to talk about that and my problem with it.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? Dolph Ziggler won a match this week.
What?
Get the fuck out
I
of here.
know.
What was it against Randy Orton?
Almost.
Then wait.
Hey, at least the guy he actually did face doesn't flip off fans.
Who did he wrestle? I forget.
The Master of the Cobra.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Man with the sentient sock.
Yeah. Yes, the man with the sentient sock. The guy that would go, hey, we got this heel. He needs a win. Gotta make him look good. Who do we put against? Santino. Santino's not doing anything. Wasn't he a former U.S. champ? Yeah, fuck it. Just send him out there, get his ass whooped.
It's like Tyson Kidd's out buying everybody this bacon ham, so throw Santino out there.
Bacon ham. No, he was busy jobbing out to somebody in Canada. I don't remember.
Yeah.
But what do I know?
Damian Sandow and Zack Ryder had a nice little match.
Yeah, it was a nice little match.
Yeah, I thought
His
that was
broski boot, the second one was pretty brutal looking.
Yeah.
And Damian Sandow said you're welcome to Jared from Subway.
That was pretty funny.
Yeah, I do like Sandow a lot. I'm hoping that they really start to use him in a more prominent role.
Mm-hmm.
But his and Ryder's match was a marathon by the time the standards of time they usually get. This match was like 5.5 minutes long.
Yeah, they got a match long enough to kind of build up both of them, give them both offensive moments, and then obviously end it with a victory for Sandow, which was appropriate. I mean,
yeah, it's the guy who should be winning between those two.
Yeah, so it was good. It was good. So, I think wasn't Tyson Kidd lost to Cesaro? Was it Cesaro?
I don't know if Tyson Kidd wrestled on Raw.
I know
Brodus Clay faced Heath Slater and Cesaro was on commentary.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Let's see.
Because that's gonna who's ready for that feud?
Not I. If it's a real feud.
Oh, it's a real feud.
I don't think it is.
Why not?
Because it's SmackDown, and we'll get into that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever you say. Even though all reports are saying that's his next feud.
I don't believe those reports.
Every report.
Everyone. All of them. All the reports on all the internets.
Every single internet.
Exactly.
They only matter if I report it.
Look, it was a WrestleZone exclusive brought to you by F4W Online. That was...
Oh, and we also forgot that Eve Torres is your Divas champion now.
Oh, yeah, hey, it's something, I guess.
Bye, Beth.
Good for her. Hey, congratulations on your engagement. Here's a Divas title.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Why did you give this to me? Oh, well, because we're afraid of your fiance. You're probably never going to lose again because we think he's going to walk in and break all of our arms. Because I wouldn't fuck with a Gracie.
Why would you?
Yep.
Only if I had a death wish. If I thought,
Don't
you know what, living is overrated. Just walk into a Gracie dojo and slap one of them across the face.
Go ahead.
Make my day. I don't want to do that. I don't want to.
I'm scared, Sarge.
It would be bad.
Let's see. I think that's it for Raw. I got nothing else.
It's fine. If we got nothing else, then we got nothing else, son. It just happens.
Yeah.
It's just how it goes. So we done then? Anybody else got any last minute comments about Raw, like, dislike, indifference?
Oh, I had a great big bag of indifference when Randy Orton wrestled Lord Tensai.
Oh, you weren't looking forward? That wasn't the feud for Randy Orton that you were clamoring to see?
I don't think I've been so indifferent to anything in a long time, wrestling or not.
You did. Didn't you get your Sakamoto fix?
I did.
I'm pretty sure we fast forwarded through that match.
Yeah, we did. we totally did.
It came out like Tensai, and I was like,
you were like, no.
Yeah, I was like, man, fuck this. I just fast forward. I did not care.
You really did.
And that's coming from a guy, for the most part, has been a Randy Orton fan. Like, I've just reached a point where I'm like, man, ever since you came back, I don't give a shit.
Landy.
Yeah.
Wrestle Christian some more.
Yeah, go back to Wrestling Christian, or just put something together. Stop. Okay, they're not making you heel. Fucking live with it. Just go out there and make good matches. Who gives a shit? You'll turn heel when you turn heel. I know they're talking about turning him heel down the road because they need heels. That's fine, whatever. But ain't now.
It's because he wants to be a heel.
Yeah, I want to be a heel. I'm not good at being a face.
You just go out there and you RKO people and people cheer you. It's not that fucking hard.
Yeah, it's not that hard, and you're universally over. Like, there's rarely ever a town where you get a single boo.
Oh, wait. There is one more thing we have to talk about.
What?
The main event spot where the foot on the rope.
Oh, yeah.
Punk's foot on the rope.
You're a bad ref.
What's your name?
I know you didn't see it. You're a bad ref. I don't know where exactly that's going.
I heard. I'm not sure if you heard this report that they're thinking of having a storyline where they introduce instant replay into wrestling.
Oh, right. I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't want it. That's how I feel about it. Get that shit away from me.
Yeah, you're just going to be opening up way too many plot holes, like, in your writing, and it's just going to be a bad idea all the way around, I think.
We're going to have a bad time.
We are going to have a bad time.
Yeah, nope.
Not in my wrestling.
It doesn't need it. I mean, are we talking about just like instant like instant replay on what if it's just instant replay on finishes?
Where are they going to set up the booth?
Oh my God, yes. It'll be where the laptop used to be. See? Macho Man agrees. Macho Man totally agrees. That's why I said, yeah.
Or you know what? They're going to set it up right on the Jumbotrons. Like, it's right there. I don't see it. Right there. His foot's right there on the rope. I don't see it.
It's like, I don't see it. The previous finish is now under review. God. Wow. You know what? I fucking hate that.
Aren't you glad you heard it now coming out of your mouth?
Just thinking about it. Well, I didn't like it at any point. I was just like, man, I don't know how I feel about that. And then thinking about how it'll work, it's like, oh, a finish happens, but then it's like, oh, the guy, he didn't, it wasn't good. And then he goes, oh, okay, let me go watch the TV. It's like that, or what? Are they just going to watch the Titantron? They're going to show it over and over, and then he goes, oh. Because then it just means, instant replay just means we're going to have so many battle royals where two guys get eliminated at the same time. And instant replay is going to need to happen. And then, like, fatal four-ways are going to have two guys pinning people at the same time. And it's going to be who initiated the pin first. And it's just, no. Just let it. It didn't need to be in wrestling up until now. It doesn't need to be there now.
The Jello pudding.
The Rudy, and then you take the pinning, and then you throw in the boob tube, and then there's the people, they say the yes, and then the no, and then you eat the pudding.
See, isn't that much easier?
Are we done now? Are we done with Raw?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Good. Yeah, I mean, it was interesting to see the end of and then Punk kind of flipping out and then it's gonna be something where it's gonna be because his heel, it's gonna be like, hey, well, fucking sucks for you. Fucking sucks for you. Though I guess it makes sense since Cena kind of got a fucking sucks for you at the pay-per-view. Like, they did the thing, and there was a draw, because you big lummox, you can't lift one shoulder off the fucking mat for a second. Like, literally, you didn't even have to hold it off the mat, you just lift one up for a second, and then you win. You win, you dummy. Didn't they do that before, with, Bulldog and Bret Hart?
I think they did do something like that.
Yeah, they did, somebody hit the other with a German suplex, and it was counted at, they couldn't determine who beat who, but then they showed, I don't know if they showed the replay and then changed it, but they showed on the replay that, at the last second, Bulldog's shoulder kind of hopped off the mat, so it technically, I think it was Bret Hart hit a German suplex off the middle or top rope with Bulldog, and they both had their shoulders on the rope or shoulders on the mat, but Bulldog kind of shrugged his shoulder up at the last second, and it was long enough to break his pin to give him the win for something, if I remember correctly. Sounds about right.
Yeah, it does sound about right.
So, I don't know. Shows too much random fucking wrestling knowledge that I have. But we'll be right back in 30 seconds with TNA Impact, and I'm sure it was good. I'm sure of it.
Yeah.
We'll be back. And by the proclamation of defecation, That means we're back, and it's Impact time. I'm not saying the Impact is poop.
Well,
See Helmet. Bye.
I can't say it because I didn't watch it this week.
Impact,
I didn't like it. Helmet was indifferent about it.
for the most part.
And
I'll
that's
tell you
Impact.
what,
We'll be back in 30 seconds. I'm kidding.
I'll tell you what I did like, and that was at least the first match.
Yeah, I did. I like that. I like that a lot.
I like the fact that Kurt Angle and AJ Styles says, you know what? I don't like having another team being number one contenders. Let's beat the shit out of them so that we can have the outright be number one contenders.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. And they gave these guys a lot of time to work. And I think everybody who's watched wrestling for more than a month would know exactly what was going to happen. But with the tag champs running out and causing a ruckus and everything on that end, and them booking a three-way.
And I thought they were supposed to be smart.
I know. Well, I guess that what they were thinking, they were using heel logic.
But are either their names Mark?
No.
Then they're not smart.
Yeah. But I guess they were using the heel logic of if there's no winner, then there's no number one contender. Even though I don't think that has ever held true in professional wrestling. And I really was. No, not once. But I really think it was the right move here because you can't beat Chavo yet. I mean, I know the guy's barely been used on TV, but if you're still going to try to, keep the Mexican Warriors as a legitimate team, you can't beat them yet, and there's no way that that Styles and Angle should lose clean to this team. So I was fine with the run-in, but I thought that was a really good way to start off the show. But you did forget Hulk Hogan talking to Shaq.
I don't know what you're talking about. That never happens.
Yeah, Shaq made like a 30-second cameo in a pre-tape backstage segment, promoting some new show he has.
Shaq versus?
I don't know if it was Shaq versus. I don't remember what it was.
Oh,
it doesn't matter because that was his only appearance.
That was it. Yeah, they hyped him up last week for that.
but I gotta know if it's Shaq versus. I want to know if he has a rematch with Justin Bieber in a dance-off. I think he's got him this time.
He might. He very well might.
He's been studying Gundam style.
Yes, Gangnam Style. I'm sorry, continue.
Let's see.
You were hesitant there. Like, oh, do I have to?
Let's see. We had our new gut check for this month.
Oh, yes, Evan Markopoulos, who's 18 years old and is smaller than my cousin.
Yeah, Evan Markopoulos. He lost to the resident gut check challenge squash master Douglas Williams. I believe this is like the second or third guy he squashed during this during the gut checks. It's the only way the guy can get on TV anymore.
I don't know. All I know is Evan Markopoulos was smart. That he only riled out the crowd once with the clapping, because if he did it twice, Doug Williams instant face. He learned from Mark Haskins.
Yeah,
that'll
he
be
did.
the last time I'll mention him. Mark Haskins, that is.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think one Mark Haskins reference is already one too much, but I mean, this is the same as all your gut check matches. I mean, Markopoulos. I mean, he bumped fairly well for as young as he is, and he had an okay-looking drop kick. I don't really remember anything else. He did take a pretty sick-looking knee to the face. I don't think Doug Williams was playing around.
And
That looked pretty real.
And I don't think I've ever seen Doug Williams use that reverse crossface finisher.
Yeah, I think that's new for him too. But I guess we probably won't see it again until the next gut check. So don't get your hopes up.
You mean gut check?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, I know.
James Storm called out Bobby Roode. Bobby Roode said, "Fuck this noise," and Hogan said, "Don't you know the concept of fight night?" So, Bobby Roode, James Storm, pretty much had a brawl.
Which resulted in a double DQ.
Yeah. And it was pointless.
Yeah.
It solved nothing, except Except it solved the timing issue, okay? Because it ate up a lot of time.
It did take up a lot of time, and before this, they played a hype video like chronicling the feud between these two. But at this point, I just feel like this feud is so dead. Like even 6 months ago, you would have had a lot behind this feud, and you really could have pushed a match for these two. And,
well, you know, if they didn't feel the need to put the title on Austin Aries.
Yeah, like you could have gone that route. Even if you, yeah, I mean, I think really once you did that, it kind of, killed the whole reason for the Storm Rude feud to begin with. But I don't know. I know that I'm sure they'll put on a good match, but I just don't think there'll be any real investment at this point.
Nope. But let's see. We haven't talked about any of the Hogan backstage segments where he got a call from Aces and Eights who kidnapped Joseph Park.
Yeah. The Aces and Eights did not learn from the ninjas that kidnapped Samoa Joe. Did not learn from that at all.
What didn't they learn?
Well, they should have learned that when you kidnap somebody, you're then supposed to disappear after that and never be mentioned again.
Well,
did
the announcers mention the event after it took place?
I don't know.
I think they did.
I think they may have.
Then they've learned. Hey.
It's alright because I think in like a month, Taz will call Joey Numbers and get Joey Numbers on the case.
Well, you see, what they should have done is took the Pope notes. In other words, have a plastic knife available at point.
It's fine. Abyss will be back next week.
Yeah, probably. He probably will. Abyss will come back to go rescue his brother.
No,
I'm waiting for like an over-the-shoulder camera angle of Abyss running through the Aces and Eights clubhouse to rescue his brother.
Abyss will be back to question people on where his missing brother is.
Yeah.
Yeah, rehash that whole thing, an endless cycle. And then he'll go into the depths of Aces and Eights. He'll go into their lair only to see that somehow Joseph Park has emerged, having escaped their clutches, and runs away. And then he begins his search anew to find out where Abyss has gone.
They're back to that shit.
No.
Not yet.
No, I'm just saying they will be.
Oh.
They probably won't, but I like to think they will.
Austin Aries talks with Jeff Hardy and talking about how he wishes he was Jeff Hardy somehow for some reason.
Well, what Aries was saying is that he's the champ now, but Jeff Hardy's had the long storied career, and he has the fans that that absolutely adore him and worship him through thick and thin. So I kind of got this. I actually thought this was pretty cool. It kind of reminded me of. I know it's going to be a bad comparison, but it kind of reminded me of Rocky V. Like, even though Tommy Gunn is the champ, everybody still loved Rocky, so he felt like he needed to beat Rocky in a street fight.
I'll be honest with you. I could not give two shits about this entire segment.
Oh, believe me, I'm not interested in the match any, but I think Aries is... I think his work on the mic is going to be what could spark the slightest bit of interest.
That's about it.
Yeah. Tara came out and cut a promo too.
Yeah,
we got Testmacher chants.
Yeah, because for some reason Tara said, "You know what? I can challenge anyone, and that means anyone in the arena. So I'm going to challenge Christy Hemme."
Yeah, and you know what? I thought that was pretty funny because I remember Bully Ray challenged Joseph Park one night, and Joseph Park also was not an employee. He wasn't even an employee. So that's what I was waiting for. I was waiting for like Christopher Daniels to come out and challenge like the hot dog guy.
Next,
he would challenge his bartender.
He would.
This isn't the Appletini I had ordered.
Exactly. Be awesome.
Let's see. Hogan is in the ring, and Ace and Eights makes their on-screen appearance on the screen in the arena, where they have Joseph Park chained up. They break his laptop where the evidence was. They hit him in the head with a pipe. And that's about sums up the segment.
Yeah, because Joseph Park says to them, "Oh, you can destroy this information, the computer where my information was kept, but I also keep it in my head." So I guess they destroyed his head too.
Yeah.
And then Aces and Eights challenged ODB and Eric Young for the Knockout Tag Team titles.
Oh, that's not true at all.
Oh, wait a minute,
because they invited Hogan to come to their clubhouse.
Yes, and Hulk Hogan will go, instead of calling the police.
I hope when he gets there, it's just a small wooden house built on top of a tree.
With a "No Girls Allowed" sign.
No girls allowed. And the Aces and Eights symbols drawn in horrible paint on the wall, on the door.
No
Yeah,
homers.
the R in girls is backwards.
He's got to give a password before he can be let in. What's the password, Hogan?
Dookie.
Banana Sunday. That really is the password.
No, it's Suburban Commando. Ugh.
Yeah.
So Austin Aries challenged Bully Ray.
Good transition. I like it.
Yeah.
Get it back on track. Steer this car away from the cliff, Tim.
Well, I would jump out of the car. Let the rest of you go.
You would.
Because if you're not smart enough to jump out of the car when I jump out of the car, you deserve to die.
Hey, why is he? That wasn't good.
Wait, why are we still alive? We're not. We're ghosts now.
We're dead, man. What the fuck has happened to this show?
Bully. Aries comes out and calls out Bully Ray, correct? Or was it the other way around?
Yes. And Bully Ray cuts a great promo. It was like, no one calls me out, I call you out.
Yeah. Yeah, Bully Ray is still solid gold.
Yeah. And he's gonna do his, whole do you know who I am? Where Austin Aries then says fucking and jumps through the ropes to jump on him.
Yeah. And I thought this match was fine too. It wasn't great, but it's one of those things where it's two of the characters that the crowd actually seems to give a shit about, so that made things a little more interesting.
Most important, Bully Ray won. Using his chain.
Yeah. I think I'm trying to remember, was there a ref bump?
There was a ref bump.
And he tapped out, and then Aries let the hold go, and then Bully grabs the chain, knocks out Aries, and pins the World Heavyweight Champion.
What's better is during the match, Bully Ray cornered Earl Hebner to call him the worst referee ever, and Earl Hebner goes off on him. And after Bully Ray wins, he runs over and hugs Earl Hebner for counting the 3.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
That's about it. I got nothing left.
That's it?
Yeah. Yeah,
That's all of Impact.
Impact.
Gambling.
Indeed.
Ugh. All right then. Well, this can only mean that we have our final commercial break, and then we go into SmackDown, and then we create some polls.
Woo!
There's them polls there, I think, or something. I don't know. We'll be back in 30 seconds. It's we're always due for a fucking technical difficulty.
I blame your PS3.
I don't have a PS3 anymore.
I blame your neighbor's PS3.
I was gonna say I only have an Xbox. I also have a Super Nintendo and a Nintendo.
Oh, well, it's definitely the Nintendo's fault.
Exactly.
Definitely.
Obviously, the Nintendo's fault.
Apologies for the minute or two of extended silence past the 30 seconds. As we were coming back and I was getting ready to hit play on our intro music, my mouse died. It was fun. Then trying to find batteries to replace the dead ones. Because, fucking hell. Just fucking hell.
Yeah.
That's all. So, sorry guys, but we're back and SmackDown. We actually, you know what? You missed it. We talked all about SmackDown. We did the poll. Show's over.
Yeah.
You missed
Good night,
it all.
everybody.
Good night. No.
Yeah.
SmackDown. Good things. Let's go with some good things first.
Well, first and foremost, it's not SmackDown. It's the Kane and Daniel Bryan show, guest starring Edge, Damian Sandow, and Cody Rhodes.
Guess it's the Kane and Daniel Bryan show, guest starring SmackDown.
Exactly.
Because that's actually the truth.
Yeah, I think those guys were pretty much all over the show. They were in the opening segment with guest stars Edge and Damian Sandow.
Edge was actually pretty good in this segment.
Edge was pretty good in this.
Because him and Kane hugged it out because of their troubles over Lita.
Yeah, and you know what? I actually kind of want to see them go back with Kane and do this where he hugs it out with everybody, like including Shane McMahon, and it can conclude at WrestleMania with him hugging it out with Pete Rose, and then tombstoning him again.
You know what? I approve. He also has to hug it out with his dad.
Yeah, his dad,
and his
brother.
brother.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, just build that all the way up to WrestleMania. I know they're not going to do like a 6-month build for anything like that, but
You know what he has to do as well? Visit Katie Vick's grave.
yeah.
Let's see. As far as matches, Kane faced Damian Sandow, where I believe Damian Sandow won. Was that correct?
Well, Daniel Bryan got up on the ring apron and distracted Kane with the tag belts because Daniel Bryan is the tag team champions of the world. And this allowed Damian Sandow to hit Kane from behind with his finisher and score the pinfall, which then prompted Kane to go backstage looking for Daniel Bryan, where he ran into Dr. Shelby, and then they also ran into Daniel Bryan, and Dr. Shelby
who popped out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I'm right here, stupid. And then, like you were saying, Dr. Shelby got Daniel Bryan to hand back the tag title back to Kane, where Kane kind of snickered in his face. I am the tag team champions. And then he walked away.
Yeah. I'm still waiting for them to make Dr. Shelby their permanent manager.
If only.
Yeah, Dr. Shelby is pretty awesome.
Yeah. It's good stuff. Let's see. What else is on this show? Oh, Layla beat Natalya Neidhart.
Woo!
Much to the happiness of the fan.
The fan. Yes, the fan loved it. And a
Alberto-
tag match eerily similar to the one on Monday. This time we had Randy Orton teaming with Sheamus to wrestle Del Rio and Ziggles. And Ziggles did not win this match. He could not win 2 matches in a week.
Not allowed.
No. Impossible.
Let's see. Daniel Bryan had a match against Cody Rhodes set up by Dr. Shelby. And in this match, Kane set off his pyro, which distracted Daniel Bryan, and Cody Rhodes got his finisher on Bryan, and Cody Rhodes beat Daniel Bryan. So,
Yeah, Yeah, and again, this was, I mean, it was pretty short, but it was really just meant to, to set these guys up for another segment where Daniel Bryan runs backstage looking for Kane, and they have that same type of argument. And then our other guest stars, Cody Rhodes and Damian Sandow, are laughing at them backstage.
And then they challenge them to a match that evening.
Yeah, because they say, we're going to show you how good we can work as a team. So maybe instead of team friendship, there'll be teamwork.
Oh, I see what you did.
See what I did there?
I see it. Get the fuck out.
Okay.
But before we do that, we have to introduce the new Nexus featuring Heath Slater, the Jinder Mahal, and you can call up the missing people search for Drew McIntyre because he made an appearance.
Yeah, Drew McIntyre of all people. He must have won a raffle. Like, there's maybe like a fan gathering, like autograph session, and the winning wrestler got to appear on TV, and he won. But yeah, they all beat up the Funkasaurus.
Yeah,
Funk was not on a roll.
Funk was not on a roll at all this week.
No, not at all. It was...
Santino Marella beat Antonio Cesaro with an assistance from Oksana, who decided to fall into the ring, and I mean literally, she fell into the ring.
Fell into the ring,
and then
so Cesaro had a good undefeated streak. A lot of momentum behind him there.
And then Cesaro did the best thing he could do in his career: break up with her.
Yeah.
Wait, did he?
Yes.
Huh.
They are not a couple anymore.
Well, that was quick.
Which means it's time for Teddy Long to swoop back in and reclaim what is his.
Oh no, the new power couple is going to be the Cobra and Oksana, because she fell into the ring because she was reaching for the Cobra.
Yeah, but then we're going to get a feud with the Cobra and Teddy Theodore Long, and I mean, you can't keep Teddy Long down.
Well, that's because he uses Viagra. That's what keeps him up.
Right, exactly. Plus, as far as wrestling goes, that guy's got 9 lives. I mean, it's amazing he's been able to dodge all these firings all these years.
Or he knows how to talk to the white man.
That is true.
He is multilingual.
We have our main event, and guess who's in the main event spot?
Damian Sandow, Cody Rhodes, Daniel Bryan, and Kane.
You are right.
And you know what else? The entire tag team division is at ringside.
Yeah, they really were. And again, I thought this was cool to give this much emphasis to a tag team match that's not just like, the champions teaming up or the challengers for the champions belts teaming up or anything like that. Like, it was a tag team title. Well, I don't know if it was a title match, but it was a tag team match with the tag team champions.
Yes. But it wasn't for the belts.
It was not for the belts. And even though Sandow and Rhodes aren't really, I guess, a makeshift tag team, they're still not like 2 main eventers being forced to tag together.
Yes. But in the end, Cody Rhodes calls this a DQ because he hits Kane with a chair. And then Daniel Bryan makes the save with Kane. And then Kane and Daniel Bryan proceed to destroy the entire tag team division with chairs. And I did not like that one bit. I
didn't like that at all. I thought if you were going to do that, you could have had these guys slowly start to gel together more. But no, I'm never a fan of of one guy or 2 guys destroying an entire division or a bunch of guys at once like that. I've always hated that. Not even the Usos were spared.
No, they were the first ones to go.
I know. But they got a TV check. They were at that same event that Drew McIntyre was at.
Motherfucking movie check.
Yeah, exactly.
Motherfucking movie check.
I believe that concludes the Kane and Daniel Bryan show featuring Edge, Damian Sandow, and Cody Rhodes.
Cody Rhodes.
Tag team wrestling is back.
At least for an episode of SmackDown.
Yes, exactly.
All right, then. So that means we close the show with polls. Polls are back. Yay! I'm sure you're all excited. Yes.
First.
Until Bound for Glory. I think that's the first pay-per-view out of the two. I don't know.
I'm not checking, so yeah, we'll go with that.
Yeah,
we'll go.
We'll go with that. That's fine. We're not gonna fact check. Hey, if WrestleZone can't write their own articles, then we're not checking our own facts.
WrestleZone has articles?
I'm sorry, WrestleZone has sentences spaced apart to look like articles.
Wait a minute, people read?
People pretend to read.
Okay.
Essentially,
That's good.
they're just looking at paper and hoping there are words on it that people would think they would be reading.
What the fuck is the internet?
It's a series of tubes. Any other questions?
Who has nominees for Best Match of the Week?
I do.
I have one, so I hope nobody takes it.
I am nominating the Fatal 4-Way Intercontinental title match from Night of Champions, featuring The Miz, Cody Rhodes, Rey Mysterio, and Sin Cara.
Was that your match?
That was not my match. My match is oh wait, hang on, I'm sorry. The phenomenal gold medalists of Arthur Jameson Styles and Kerrang versus the Mexican Warriors.
Okay. So it's AJ Styles and Kurt Angle versus Chavo and Hernandez. What else we got?
I'm going to go with not the Night of Champions match, but the Monday Night Raw match of Kofi Kingston and R-Truth versus Daniel Bryan and Kane.
Okay. Why that one over the pay-per-view one?
Because I thought that one was much better. I really did.
Fair enough. I didn't like the finish of the one on Raw.
That's fair.
All right. What you got, Howard?
You know what? I think I might go with Wade Barrett versus Justin Gabriel.
Okay.
I thought that I thought both guys left looking pretty good. Gabriel didn't get squashed, and they both look pretty good. So
that is very true. Fair enough. Then that is poll number 1 in the books, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Number 2. Worst match of the week.
I've got one.
Go ahead.
Rip Van Orton versus Lord Tensai.
Oh!
I'm sorry, who?
Oh, I'm sorry. The artist formerly known as Lord Tensai.
I'm going.
Or you go with Aurora the Tensai.
Because he lost his serfs.
Yeah, well, the serfs rebelled and took his lordsmanship.
I'm going with Dolph Ziggler versus Santino.
I will go with Brodus Clay versus Heath Slater.
Damn it! I gotta find something different.
It was between that and the gut check match for me.
Gotcha.
What we got for a number 4, Tim.
I was waiting for you to finish.
I was gonna go until you started talking.
Okay. I'm going to go with Santino Marella versus Antonio Cesaro.
Oh, Santino's going to split his vote.
Santino's so nice he got nominated twice.
Not sure if that's a good thing in this case.
Probably not. All right, Antonio Cesaro. And that's poll number 2. So, embed that one. No, I didn't want a period. I wanted an enter. All right, there we go. Best segment of the week.
Other than Daniel Bryan and Kane.
No, you don't have to do that. What we got, gentlemen? Who wants to go first?
For best segment?
Yeah.
Let's see. I will let somebody else go because I don't want to run the risk of taking Tim's again.
Who cares?
Yeah, really. Who cares? Go ahead.
Okay. All right. Well, I will go with Kane and Daniel Bryan with Cody Rhodes and Damian Sandow.
Okay.
Okay. With Cody Rhodes and Damian Sandow. All right, I'm going to go with David Otunga and Paul Heyman, client negotiations.
Okay.
What else we got?
I'm going to go with Jared from Subway feeding Ryback more.
Okay. Oh, will Tim nominate JBL?
I don't know. Does that count as a segment? Because that's a whole thing.
JBL's commentary?
Yeah.
Unless you feel you got some. I don't know. What do you want to nominate?
I was going to nominate the opening to SmackDown.
I don't remember what that is.
That was with Edge and Kane and Daniel Bryan and Damian Sandow.
Okay. That's fine. All right, we'll go with that. Edge mediates Daniel Bryan, Kane, and Sandow. All right. Do. All right. WTF moment of the week. What do we have?
You want to say it on 3, Timothy?
1, 2, 3.
Joseph Park being kidnapped by a motorcycle gang and then hit in the head with a hammer.
I was going to say that James Storm and Bobby Roode no contest brawl.
Oh really? Oh wow. Okay, I was way off. All right, well that's my nomination. Joseph Park getting kidnapped by a motorcycle gang and then hit in the head with a hammer.
That's a good one.
I'd be honest, I had no idea where you were going.
Oh, okay. I really thought we were going to be on the same page with that.
No.
All right.
So, and then I'm putting Bobby Roode and James Storm brawl.
Yes.
Okay, what else we got?
I was thinking about going with Heath Slater in another stable. ...
Okay.
I know, he's a one-man band. What is he doing?
Especially with Jinder Mahal.
Hey, you need to finish that sentence. I'm talking to you, Helmick.
Oh, me?
Yes.
Oh, he's the one-man band, baby.
Thank you. That's all
Sorry.
I was asking for.
I'm sorry. It's been a while since I've had a one-man band fix.
One man band.
Was anyone else kind of disappointed that he never got squashed by the one-man gang? I was really hoping for that.
That's a good pull there. I like it. I like it. Man, I don't know what to go with. I really have no idea. I'm drawing a blank right now for a fourth nominee.
Let's see. WWE shamelessly incessantly plugging Jerry Lawler's heart attack interview.
Oh yes, there we go.
Little bit of tastelessness there.
All is well.
Yeah.
Jerry Lawler heart attack overload. Yeah, and I just want to be clear. It is absolutely nothing against Jerry Lawler. You know, I want the guy to recover. I want to see that he's okay. That's perfectly fine. My issue is WWE does not need to show it like every half hour to every 20 minutes. You know, it does not need to be treated like the Vince McMahon exploding limo. It does not need to be treated like, oh, will Triple H retire? It's just like, hey, everybody, look, he's back. That's great. If you want to see more exclusive footage, go to WWE.com. Done. There you go. Finished.
Jerry Law is well.
That too. Why not? Why not? All right. Best wrestler of the week. Who do we got?
You better put them together. That's all I'm gonna say.
Daniel Bryan and Kane.
Yes.
Okay.
I know he's not a wrestler, but I want to nominate JBL.
See, that's what I was waiting for.
All right.
I know.
JBL is nominated. Who is next? Who is next?
Well, I will let Timothy head that nomination. And I guess I will nominate Sheamus as my backup for continuing his streak of winning 1,000 matches in a row.
I figured Tim was nominating Daniel Bryan and Kane.
Oh, okay. In that case.
Since he was adamant about putting them together.
Okay. In that case.
What?
No, go ahead.
What
right,
now?
Well, we have 2 nominations.
Yeah, just go with it.
Calm down.
I'll go with Wade Barrett.
Damn it.
Quick, use your backup.
I don't have a backup.
Yes, you do. He's your safe pick.
Rey Mysterio?
No.
Oh.
His other safe pick.
Damian Sandow.
Not that one.
Alicia Fox.
Not that one.
I'm curious to see what my safe pick is because I have no idea.
Well, he beat 3 guys on Sunday.
The Miz?
I guess I could go with The Miz. But, yeah, I'll go with The Miz, okay.
You don't sound too excited to go with The Miz.
I'm moderately excited.
It's like, The Miz, I guess, maybe with the things in the front Laven.
He's got to win sometime.
Maybe today will be the day. Alright. Worst wrestler of the week. What do we got?
I'm going to go with Del Rio.
Alberto Del Rio. Okay. What else we got?
Wait, I'm gonna wait for everyone else to say theirs because I'm not sure if they'll have mine.
Okay. Howard, you got one?
I'm tossing up between a couple. I'm gonna go with the primetime players.
For worst wrestler of the week?
Yep.
After making okay.
Nah, I changed my mind. I'm gonna go with Randy Orton.
Rip Van
I just don't
Orton.
like the I just don't like the primetime players.
What's
I don't
wrong?
want, let me be more specific. I don't like Titus O'Neil.
I mean, Titus O'Neil can definitely be reckless in the ring, but I don't hate them.
I mean, I don't legitimately hate them.
Yes, you
Like,
do.
their characters.
You
I don't
burn
like
their
those.
pictures every night before you go to bed.
So what if I have a Titus O'Neil shrine in my closet? I mean, not have a Titus O'Neil shrine in my closet.
I'm going with
No, I'm gonna go
Oksana.
with Blandy.
Going with Oksana.
She did fall down.
She fell down. She went boom. She got dumped. Her only redeeming factor is dead ass. All right, Tim, give your big reveal.
Brodus Clay.
Okay. Glad we
So
waited.
I figured that was an easy one. I figured,
I'm surprised.
I tell you what, Diane, I am surprised.
because I thought someone else would pick him. So I figured I would have time to select another one, and I did have a backup
Then why didn't you just go first so nobody else picked him?
because I'm generous.
'Cause you're okay. All right. Well, we'll go. We can roll with that. It's fine.
He is a giver.
he is a giver. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you go to digitaldailyfix.com now, I was waiting for it to actually say that it was posted. You can go and vote on our polls. They're at the top of the page. Just click the Read More link, and it'll take you to all the polls. And
You should change the read more thing to read me more.
I can't change that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Me too. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, go ahead and go to digitaldailyfix.com and vote on the polls. They're up all week, and we will announce the winners and discuss that next week on the show, where hopefully Impact will make Helmick and Tim feel good inside.
Feel good inside, he says.
Yes. But
you were serious about that, actually.
oh, I don't know. I first thing popped out of my head. Tomorrow night, Digital Reload, 7:30. We're reviewing Borderlands. Helmick's actually going to be on the show, right?
Yep. Yeah, because this is a game I've actually played.
Yay! We'll also discuss the Resident Evil 6 demo. That's out to the public now. They made the excellent decision of releasing that the same day as Borderlands because, why not?
Because they didn't want anybody to play it.
Maybe if we just release this very quietly, everything will just go fine. I don't know. I played 1/3 of the demo because there's like a campaign chapter for all three characters. It felt like Resident Evil. Resident Evil 6. It's Resident Evil.
It's the Resident Eviliness.
It's the 6th most Resident Evil.
I don't know about that.
Oh. Fair enough.
Let's say it's the 60th.
Yes. It's the most 6 of all Resident Evils.
It is.
That's a lot of Resident Evil.
Technically there are more than 6 if you want to go through all the spin-offs. Like the underappreciated gem that is Resident Evil Gaiden.
That game is great. Notice how I hesitated slightly.
That game is greatly bad. Anyway, so Monday, 7:30, Borderlands 2 review, as well as discussions of the Resident Evil 6 demo, and any other nonsense, bullshit, crazy crap we think of. And Thursday at 7:30, we will do our summer movie podcast live.
What day is that again?
Thursday, 7:30.
Thursday. Okay.
7:30
that's
Eastern,
good.
6:30 your time. Does that work for you, Helmick?
That works perfectly for me.
Fantastic. So, probably should have confirmed that before I started advertising a time.
Spoiler alert: Battleship sucked.
Hey, but is it the top on people's worst lists? Who knows?
We're gonna find out.
Yeah, I got plenty of interesting stuff to tell everybody. I actually broke down some detailed records of the top grossing movies. I bet you can't tell. I bet you can't guess who number 1 and 2 are.
Hang on.
Dark Shadows.
Number 1 is Dark Shadows, and then number 2 is
Dark Shadows in 3D.
WrestleMania 29.
yeah.
I mean 8. Fuck.
No, it's 29.
It was yes. But yeah, we got a bunch of stuff that I'm gonna break down for everybody. I'll have the top 10 highest grossing, lowest grossing, best reviewed, worst reviewed, and then we'll give our own personal lists of favorite and least favorites, top 3s, top 5s, whatever, and just discuss the summer season in general. Was it good? Was it not as good as last year? Was it not as good as any year? Who knows? We'll find out. It's to coincide with the release of the Avengers on Tuesday, which really was the first big opening for the summer. So why not have a best of summer movies podcast on the week that the first summer movie of 2012 releases on Blu-ray?
That's quite a bit of effort there.
It actually made sense.
It does.
We never put that much thought into it. Yeah. Tim, plug Crisis in Infinite Comics.
Crisis in Infinite Comics. It happens every Wednesday. I talk about comics. I don't know what comes out this. I don't know what comes out.
That's my favorite plug that you've done.
I actually don't know what comes out this week either.
No, that's perfectly fine. Like I'm not, and I'm telling you, I'm not insulting you. That was fucking great.
That was awesome.
It was quick. It was to the point of like I don't even know anymore. It's like I don't know. There's a 0 somewhere. Gotta find it.
Do I have to?
You don't. The listeners do.
Oh.
No, I mean if there's a 0 coming out on a series you don't regularly read, yeah, I mean it's your show. Do what you want.
But I do have to think of another 0 for this week.
Yes, you do.
Because I did 0 down payment last week.
Yes, you did.
So,
0 as a number.
No.
Oh. I'm sorry. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, sorry for the brief technical difficulties that we had coming into the SmackDown portion of this show. I'm sure by now you're used to it, but hopefully you enjoyed everything. And tune in next week when we talk more wrestling, and I'm sure it'll be good and all that other stuff. And yeah, you'll love it, won't they, guys?
And if you don't, I'll come and find you. I'm cereal.
Wolfpack is back, cause I'm mass destruction. Guess who's here? The bad boys of wrestling. Testing competition, win the war, that's their mission. Not no mercy, see the ring, start the street. If you don't know, you better find out the Wolfpack. Here to prove a point, number one, best believe that you don't wanna tussle with them or be avoided them. Come in the ring with them, you're never walking out again. Don't turn your back on the Wolfpack. 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 You might wind up in a body bag. You took your chances, now it's time to show you we're wrong. In the ring, this is war, all you suckers, the strong. Day in, day out, the wolf pack for life. Tell me who has the guts to come in